Hello guys, today I'm gonna show you some things I wish I did earlier when starting playing Wuthering Waves, and also some tips and tricks that you can do before battles like this. And of course, the first thing we're gonna start with is the lockdown. It's been a long time since I played a game like this, so the lockdown has been really weird for me when you target like this. The camera's been a bit of an issue. I just think it's hard to follow. But it's a good thing to learn actually, because in some bosses it's really nice to have the ability to use the lockdown feature. And it's actually really good for you. And I don't use it all the time, I use it some of the time, but it has its use cases where it's actually really helpful. With this, I want to show you the next trick. Here you saw me use some ability. I already have full ammunition on CC here. But if you take a look down here, you can see my Concerto. So now in between bosses, I can use some abilities. Don't use your ultimate, your resonance, of course, but you can use the skills to get up that concert. So when you jump into fights, it's gonna help you. So you can swap between your characters quickly and get those intro skills. So before you go into a hard boss or those special enemies on the map, you can do this. And I'm gonna show you examples from previous streams I've done where I could have used this in a better way to make it easier for me to nuke down the boss. And you will see when Inferno respawns how much quicker I can get him off the bike, for example, because we have all of these intro skills we can do. So he respawned here, so I'm just gonna use some abilities now. And now I can swap over. You see that bar on top? It's going down so quickly now because we're able to swap between our characters and nuke him down. And now we're failing a lot of dodges. I didn't lock down either. And now we actually got him off the bike real quickly. And here comes to the next thing I really wished I spent more time doing in the early game, even on simpler mobs. Just learning the mechanics to dodge properly. Making sure you don't waste all your stamina like crazy. Because that's been an issue now that I've been playing on these bosses that are a bit more difficult. That I have a hard time countering. And also, timing of those circles has been really rough for me. So, trying out and be more retroactive than aggressive is something I had to learn in this game for sure. So, for example, instead of just going all in and being aggressive, I've had to learn to take a step back and wait for the boss to do something so I can counter them like this, or dodge them, or parry them.
One more time.
Like, that's something I had to learn because I didn't do it in the beginning. And just doing the story real quick. Sure, you have some challenging fights, but not all of them are that challenging. So do yourself a favor and make sure you learn these type of things before you go in. And learn it from the beginning. It will make it a bit easier for you once you get into these later bosses and even get to like the hologram fights. Like you have over here with Fallacy of No Return, Sentry, Hesitate, and Dragon of Dirge. Like, even in these fights, it will help you so much if you learn how to dodge properly, how to counter or parry the attacks. All that stuff is gonna help you a lot. So do that while you're playing, while you're getting stories, even on simpler mobs. I'm gonna show you. So even on mobs like this, learn to do the simple stuff. Like here, maybe I don't need to lock down, but learn how to dodge. Wow, now it's completely failed because of that. So for example, just practice and learn how to dodge. Even though it looks really simple here, it's all about changing your mindset, because my mindset in games like this has always been to be aggressive. And we need to be more retroactive and not just go all out damage and nuke all the time. Sure, when you know you can get some attacks in, go for it. But I was always being too greedy. and just keeping attacking all the time, and then I miss dodges. It's way better to just complete the dodges and get that counter attack in than or getting slammed by the enemies. It's way better to just make sure you get those dodges in first. And with that dodging, you have... I still struggle a lot with like stamina management. So in the beginning when I tried to dodge, I was like spamming and didn't know much about the game and how the countering works. So usually I ran out of energy or stamina, like you can see here on screen. And then I can't dodge. You see, I can't do anything now. So make sure you also work on your stamina management. Like, this might be obvious for a lot of people, but having that in mind when you start playing is really important. And something I manage to do sometimes is when I dodge, I press down the dodge button a bit too long. So I started running instead. That's wasting a lot of my stamina in fights. When I accidentally started running, like, just that little bit of extra running can be an entire dodge that you miss because you don't have stamina left. And on huge bosses in like hologram, it's really important to have that stamina to make sure you don't get like one shot depending on the difficulty you're going for. And once again, this might sound obvious to you, but it's just learning these steps while you're starting out in the game is really good for you and something you will take with you the entire game. I only been playing for like 2.5 weeks now, and I have to start learning these systems now that I've gotten to a point where I can't just tank the bosses every time and they have like one-shot mechanics. So learning that now is a bit rough.
Stay calm.
But having small tricks like this, where you get up your Concerto so you can do intro straight away on more difficult monsters, will also help you out. And as you can see in the following clips here, this is the special monsters, and with that Concerto trick, it could have been the game changer for me to get them stunned a bit quicker and also being able to just clear them a lot quicker as well. So doing that Concerto energy thing where you use your abilities before joining a big fight or a boss fight can help you in the end. It's just a small thing and it's a bit min-maxing, but it's still a neat trick. So the reason I showed you all of this stuff is because there's a lot to dodge in stuff like this later on. And you can see I fell straight away. I'm not the greatest player, but you also have these counters where you need to time them perfectly, and I still have a rough time doing them. And also I just need to figure out the boss phases in general on what you're gonna do. But yeah, this is why I brought all of these things up, because it's really good to just practice it while you're playing the story and just doing simple stuff. Oh, wrong button. Especially those counterattacks you could see in the beginning. Yeah, I'm just gonna restart here and show you again. Hopefully I won't die instantly, so I can actually show you. And yeah, this might be easier for people that played for a long time, but I haven't been playing for that long and haven't played a game like this in years. Whoops. Starting out great. So just getting to know the timing of bosses are really important. There I did it perfectly. And there I did it again perfectly. And you can see the bar on top there, the white one, is just going down immensely when you hit these perfect hits or perfect counters. So practicing that and just doing it when you can in the story, just to prepare yourself for the stuff like this, is really good and really important. And this is the problems I have with like my stamina management, because I don't know the boss well enough, and I'm just gonna repeat some of the points I've done in the videos. And this is where it becomes a big problem for me, is because the fights drags on for so long that if you manage your stamina wrong and if you don't dodge well enough, your hero's gonna die and you won't be able to complete it unless you're using a lot of revives. But you really want to save them for more important stuff than this, because you could use a revive, but I don't recommend it if you die early on in a boss. That's like late stages in the boss, if you really need another hero to be able to defeat them. And you can also see the intro skills there and how important they are to also getting down that barrier of the boss as you can stun them. And this is stuff you can practice on while you're going through the story, making sure you don't have to hit this wall later on where you feel like it's impossible. So if you just practice that in the meantime while leveling up and all of that, you won't be struggling as much. I'm struggling pretty hard right now because I haven't had to pay much attention to mechanics overall, but I just wanted to show you guys that real quickly and give you proper examples to why. And also, don't forget these neat little tricks where you can charge up your Concerto by using abilities before you go into fights. And this is especially helpful for special enemies or bosses that just exist out in the open world. Like the Sentry construct, for example. Or Lorelei. Really good examples, so I hope this video helped you guys, and if there's something else you want me to talk about, or something I missed that you guys feel is really important, drop that in the comments down below. But as always, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.